Hey there, guys. We've had a great start to the school year, and this little guy has too. He's had a lot of visitors, adults, kids, little kids. So many people have stopped by. I really appreciate it. So I figured it was time to do a name reveal. So at the end of the video, we're going to do a name reveal. Stay tuned.
We are free. We are love. We're round. We're skinny. We're big. We're small. But we have love in our heart. And we want you in. As long as you bring the love.
So I really appreciate all of you that have stopped by and said hi to this little guy, had told me about your unusual pet stories. I've been an animal lover my entire life, and I've had lots of weird and unusual pets over the years, but never a reptile. If you like unusual animals, or reptiles, or snakes, or tarantulas, or rats, or any of those things, check out the local Reptile Expo. They have lots of unusual animals at the local Reptile Expo. Lexington has one about 6 a year, and Cincinnati, I think, has 2 different ones, and at least one of them is 8 times a year. I'm going to link to their websites down below so you can check them out if you're interested. I plan on going to the one in Lexington every so often, just to kind of look around and see what they got. The first one I ever went to was back in April, so let me share some of that with you. So it was down at the convention center, downtown in Lexington. So I went down and had some Goodfellas pizza, took my daughter, and we went down to the Reptile Expo, paid our money, and went on inside. And when I got there, frankly, I was a little bit blown away by the number of people. There were people just coming and going the whole time I was there. So many people there just getting all kinds of things and just seeing what they had. It's really kind of cool just to go and see, even if you don't intend to buy anything. I saw lots of geckos. Like, it seemed like hundreds of geckos. Geckos are apparently easy to breed, and they're pretty easy to care for. They don't require a lot of special care. And you can make all these amazing color combinations with the different types of geckos that there are. They're also reasonably priced, probably easier to care for than a bearded dragon. I also saw a ton of snakes. Now, I know snakes aren't everyone's thing, and they can be a little bit more pricey, but the color combinations are amazing. Pythons, boas, lots of corn snakes. Corn snakes are considered a very good starter pet. If you're interested in snakes, they just make pretty good pets. And check out this little girl. She is really fascinated about snakes and just wants to hold one.
Can I hold that?
Yeah, we can.
I saw lots of tortoises. You know what? And even though you can't do a lot with them, I do know some people just let them run their house. There is not much cuter than a baby tortoise. They had poison dart frogs, which have to be some of the most colorful and interesting creatures in the animal world. Pac-Man frogs, very fascinating. They can eat something almost to half the size of their body. And giant tarantulas that are called bird-eating tarantulas. Now, and this was really cool, I thought. These little bugs are called blue feigning death beetles. Their color is absolutely beautiful, and when you agitate them, they flip over and act like they're dead. They are very cool. Kind of expensive though, $25 for one bug. I was blown away. One guy had a Tegu. Now, Tegu is a very large South American lizard. They can get 3 to 4 feet long, but they're very popular pets. Some people just keep them like dogs. They put collars on or halters on them, and they can take them for short walks. You can't really put them in an aquarium. Some people have to custom build a cage, or they may lock them up in a bathroom when they're gone for the day, and then they let them run the house like a dog does. Now, you can hear this guy saying that they're mean. He's not talking about the bearded dragons or the tegus. He's talking about a tokay gecko, which are known for being a little bit aggressive. But I really had a good time checking out these adult bearded dragons here. I held one and just really thought it was absolutely cool. At this time, I hadn't decided what kind of office pet I wanted just yet, but I knew once I held these bearded dragons, I kind of thought that might be what I wanted, and that was it. That was the decision. That's what I wanted to get. So then, at that point, it was just a matter of getting the cage ready, the tank ready, and finding the right one. If you want to see how I did my tank, you can check back in an earlier video. I'll leave the link below, and you can see how I set up the tank. So when I got this little guy, I actually got him in Cincinnati at the Sin City Reptile Expo, which is held 8 times a year. up in actually Fairfield, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. And it was really awesome as well. Bigger than the one in Lexington by a little bit. And I got this little guy from Nick, and he is a breeder, and his business is called Just Lizards. And here is the exchange of me getting to see this little guy and buying him from Nick. Check it out. How you doing? I'm Richard from Lafayette High School. How you doing?
Hi, Richard. How you doing?
Great. So I'm looking to get a bearded dragon for our school as a school pet. I really like this one a lot. This bearded guy right here.
Okay.
Very bright colors. What can you tell me about him? I really don't know that much.
Okay, so this one here is a hypo,
What does that mean?
Hypo means that it has lack of, it's basically short for hypomelanism. So it is, it has lack of black pigment. So
Okay,
melanistic pigment.
So that
Yep.
helps bring out.
It lightens up the back body color and brings out the color underneath. This one also is a dunner, which causes like the striping and the pattern in this. It's actually a genetic trait. That's also what they call a codominant trait. So that means that it can actually, even if you breed it to a regular bearded dragon, you'll produce dunners like that.
And is it a male or a female?
This one is a male.
How do you tell?
When you look at the bearded dragon, you want to keep the dragon like flat on your hand,
Okay.
and lift the tail base straight up, and then above the vent of the tail, there's two bulges.
Come here and get a close look at them. Can you see?
You can see like two bumps right there.
Yeah, I see them. Two bumps.
Kind of like when you first lift it, you can see them.
Yeah.
And then with the females, it's like one big
One
arch
bump.
shape.
Okay.
Yeah. And this one is also from really high yellow. They call it super citrus. That's where that bright yellow color comes from. And then it was crossed with a red, but this one colored out more like the super citrus line.
Well, he is beautiful, and I think he'll be a great fit for our school.
Yeah, and he's got good temperament too. He's nice and calm.
That's what I'm looking for. But tell us what else you got here, just out of curiosity's sake.
There is leopard geckos, all different types. Like we talked about some genetics on these guys. There's like
500
a
different
bunch
kinds.
of different types of these guys here, the leopard geckos.
Geckos apparently are very popular.
They are, because they stay in a little bit smaller size.
Okay.
And then the crested geckos on the end, they become really popular as well, and I work with them as well.
All right. Well, this guy's the done deal. I love
right.
it. That's what I'm looking for.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. Tell me your name again.
My name is Nick,
Nick?
and the business name is Just Lizards Inc.
Okay, I'll put that in the comments down below so anybody can take a look at Nick's website and see what he's got.
Yeah, he's going for a run. There's
All
one
right.
of my cards.
Appreciate it. He's beautiful.
Awesome. There you go.
All right. Now I got to get him some feeders. We got the cage already set up. Everything's ready to go. Just want to stock up on some feeders.
Awesome. Sounds
All right.
good.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So that was it. I was sold. And here are some of the first pictures that we got with this little guy. There he is in the car, and when he comes back, there he is in his tank for the very first time. So then it was time to come up with a name. I thought of a lot of the classic dragon names like Smog. I thought of Norbert from Harry Potter. I thought of Figment from Disney. Just lots of fictional dragons I thought would have made a good name. But I really wanted to go with something that was not only Lafayette, but also connected to Australia as well. So I decided to go with the name I picked after long consideration is General Didgeridoo. So the General is our school mascot, and if you don't know, a didgeridoo is a native Aboriginal Australian musical instrument. And I just liked it. I call him Digi for short, and I think it works. There you go, guys. General Didgeridoo, or Digi for short. He's pretty happy with his new home and happy with all the visitors. I've heard from a lot of you that have had bearded dragons in the past or have bearded dragons now, and I really appreciate hearing your stories and advice. That is it, guys. Here's Digi. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, share the video, what the heck. And stop by more often for Lafayette videos or just some random Royster video. Take care, guys, and never stop learning.